Hello, today we're going to do a champion spotlight for an uncommon champion from Raid Shadow Legends. First, if this is your first time on the channel, if this is your first time seeing this content and you like Raid Shadow Legends and you like it from a free-to-play standpoint to help progress your account and progress it efficiently and effectively, then don't forget, hit that subscribe button that's going to be right there in the corner right by me, my face here, and join the group and join the channel. Okay, so the champion spotlight, what we're going to do here, it's actually running in the background right now. It's an uncommon champion, and his name is Armiger. Right now, he's running against the spiders. I got on the right side and the left side, and the two flanks of my team here. Armiger, he's uncommon. He's only got 2 skills. His A1 is why I use him. Really, I like it. I love it. It helps decrease the turn meter of the spider. This is stage 11 of the spider run right now. And look, she's about to go down. She hasn't had a single turn, which is awesome. And look, that uncommon just did a 60,000 crit damage to the spider, which is awesome, which is great. Let's get into his kit and see what he's actually got, and then we'll let you run through an entire run so you can see what she can do here. Okay. His A1. I don't have it fully skilled up because, honestly, I now have a second. I thought I was done with this one. I'm going to go back and finish it because I want him leveled up. I like him in my spider team. His A1 attacks one enemy, but it decreases the turn meter by 30% if this attack is critical. You build 100% crit on him, and he will crit every single time. He'll decrease the turn meter every single time. Does not work on every dungeon boss, right? We know that. Some of the dungeon bosses, like the dragon, does not work on. Like the clan boss, it does not work on him. But some bosses do. Spiders is one of them. If you can keep that spider from actually taking a turn, she won't do her AoE damage, and every other turn she won't feed and she won't heal herself. So if you can control her turn meter, then it works really, really well. Another one is actually the Fire Knights. If I can get him to work in the Fire Knights, which I'm pretty sure I can, I might just try a run just to see what we can do today on the video. You want him to keep his turn down. You don't want him to take his turn. So if you can decrease his turn meter, you can control his turn meter, then it works really well. Okay, so his A2. This is another reason why I like him as well. His A2 here. Attacks one enemy. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense and increases according to the enemy max HP. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. This is an uncommon, you guys. He has a max enemy HP based damage dealing skill on an uncommon. Everybody loves Royal Guard, right? Everybody loves Cold Heart. Why? Because they have a skill that deals damage based on max enemy HP. This is an uncommon that has the same style of skill. It only attacks one enemy, not the entire group. I got it. But when you're focusing on the boss of a dungeon, that's who you want. You only want a single target skill. You don't need an AoE against those guys. And this guy has it. Armiger has it. So if you pull Armiger, which you will, you can buy him in the market. I've bought him many times in the market so I can get these skills, right? Buy him. Keep him. Level him. Upgrade him. Do not put books into him. I do not suggest that. If you're going to upgrade and level this guy, use other copies of him first. Sacrifice those copies, get the levels up, because you're going to acquire them. You're going to get them just by your shard pulls when you go to rank up other champions. You're going to acquire these uncommons. It happens all the time. So get them, use those, and sacrifice those to rank these guys up and to skill these guys up. I have 2 of them. Let me move here. I have 2 right there. I have 2 level, 1 level 40, 1 level 39. So they're building up a little bit. I do have some gear on these guys. Let's go through these stats very quick. This is the first one I built up. Yes, he's got Savage gear, which is actually 25% ignorance of the enemy defense. Yes, that gear comes from Fire Knight. I was able to get some of it because I ran a tournament for Fire Knight a little while ago. I dropped some decent gear, so I put them on there. You don't need to. Can we go look at the other one? I literally just geared this guy up today. A resistance, a shield. It's some random mixed match pieces. I have 1 complete set, which is a crit rate set. I was shooting for that 100% crit, right? I actually need 81% crit for him because I pair him with Queen Eva as my lead. Queen Eva's aura is a 19% increase to the entire team's crit rate. So it helps alleviate the pressure of having to get that 100% so I can keep landing that A1. But that's what I did. Let's look at this guy's skills right quick. Also, his stats, Remember, to land the decreased turn meter, you need to have accuracy. That can be resisted by the enemy. This one's accuracy is only at 113. I do eventually want to increase these two's accuracies so that I can take them to higher stages and they can actually perform still for me. This one's at 113. This one's only at 97. His crit rate, I keep bouncing back. I apologize, you guys. This one's crit rate at 92%. I don't need it that high. 81 was my threshold, right? But it is what it is. That's where it's at. His defense is only at 800. This is the one that hit the 60,000 crit at the end of the last spiders. His defense is only 800, sorry. His damage is based off his defense. It's also based off of his max enemy HP. Remember that. So his speed is 123. With this combo, with this composition that I'm working on the spider, it's to control the spider's turn meter, right? I don't want the spider to take a turn, which means I need to continually take turns over and over again. And remember, his A1 only decreases the turn meter by 30%. In conjunction with this, so that's 2 Armigers that decrease the turn meter by 60% grand total. Another hinge pin on this team composition that I have here is my Queen Eva. Her A3 here attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter by 20%, resets the cooldown on each of the champion skills of the any target is killed. She controls the minions. She clears all the spiderlings out with one of these, resets her skill out, her cooldown, so she can do it again the next turn, and it decreases the turn meter again. So that is 20, that is 30, that is 6, another 30. So that is 20, 50, 80% turn meter reduction on the spider. I need speed so that I can take another turn in the course of the 20% of turn meter that I have not controlled yet. That is why my Armigers have some speed built into them. Queen Eva has some too. She's got 139. My big Armiger only has, what is that, 123? 123. And then my newest Armiger here, he actually has more speed. His speed is 129. It is not a crazy high amount of speed, but it works, especially at this level, at stage 11 of the spider. Let's do a run real quick, and you can see them in action and what I'm talking about for this guy. Armiger, he can be very useful. He can be a beast. He can be incorporated into a lot of portions of the game, you guys. So, also, again, this is based on and focused around turn meter control, right? So I need to move, and I need to have speed. Queen Eva decreases turn meter by 20%. My 2 Armigers, another 30% apiece for a total of 80% turn meter. I have Apothecary. He increases my turn meter by 15% and gives us a 30% speed boost. 30% on top of the entire thing. So one of them was at 129, call it 130. He gets a 30% boost on top of that, which is like a 41 boost to his speed. That is nice. It works and helps me go faster than the spider. Then I have Jarang there. Sorry, guys, I keep moving the phone here. I have Jarang there for the decreased defense onto the actual spider herself. So let's get into this, and you can see a run, and we can see this in action. Remember, every crit on their A1, these Armigers are going to decrease the turn meter by 30%. There's Queen Eva. She clears the spiderling, so I don't have to worry about them coming back at me. This method won't necessarily work so high up in the higher levels of the spider because it's hard to have a champion that can just nuke out the spiderlings in one shot. So you need some crowd control onto the spiderlings, them actual selves, so that you can keep moving forward, and these Armigers can keep the spider under control. And they actually keep doing the damage on the sides because they're not the main damage dealers. They just control the turn meter. The Apothecary keeps you moving. Jarang does some damage, but he primarily does the debuff, which he hasn't landed yet. He's got to cycle through. He completely missed him the first time through. But look at this. Every time these Armigers are actually attacking, the spider is losing turn meter. There's the debuffs for us. Thank you, Jarang. There's more decreased turn meter and some damage, but she does about 25 or so, maybe 30,000 crit every time she does the A3. That Armiger just did 57,000. It's based on that max enemy HP. He's only a level 44 star. He is fully ascended, yes. He's got some gear on him. You saw that, but not all of them are maxed out. Not all of them are top tier. I don't even think I have a single 6-star. 5-star, maybe some 4 stars. Sorry, 4 stars, maybe some 5s. Some are 16, some are less. But you saw the stats. 800 down, 800 defense and down for both of them. Both of them are less than that. It's that crit rate that we're using. And the damage that they're actually getting and producing is based on that max enemy HP, that lay to rest skill. That is the primary damage dealer that they're going to put out when they actually are doing damage. But that's not why I have them. I have them for the turn meter control is why we want them on the team. Which is why we want them here. Look, decreased turn meter again. It's only a 3,000 crit. Late to rest, 58,000 crit. They help, they bring some utility, they bring some damage, they bring some control to the game. If we can take these guys into Fire Knight, that decreased turn meter will help keep the Fire Knight under control. Once you get his shield open, you keep his turn meter down, he'll never get a shield, he'll never attack you, and you don't have to worry about anything. As long as if you can get your glass cannons into the to him, they will survive, and you'll win, and you'll clear them out pretty easily. So we're about to finish this. I'm going to go see what we can do on Fire Knights right quick right after this. Then we'll wrap this video up. See if we can do this. See where I can put them in there and see what level I can put them at. I have not tried Armiger in the Fire Knight because honestly, I'm worried about getting him through the actual waves. And look, a 4-star legendary Knight Revenant ring. Defense flat, HP percent, defense percent. That is a pretty little ring. I'm going to end up using that on somebody somewhere else. Possibly miscreated monster, but we'll see. All right, Fire Knight. The number Armiger is a green affinity. Level 6. You know what? Let's try level 13. Let's see what we can do here. We need Queen Eva in the lead. We're going to need Apothecary for the speed boost and the heals to get through the waves. Let's go ahead and try this to see if Miscreated Monster help keep the shields up and keep us alive. Let's see if this works. I don't know. It's a long shot. We'll see. Okay. Now the biggest problem, my biggest concern is these initial waves up front. Look at that. Queen Eva couldn't even clear them. So that's going to be a problem for us because they start coming back to attack us, especially if they focus on our Armigers. And oddly enough, they're not. They're focusing on, that makes sense. Not oddly. They're focusing my Apothecary because he's an off affinity. So they had the affinity advantage. That's nice. I didn't want them to focus on Armigers because they're the weak points, really, when it comes down to it. My Apothecary has more tank capability than my Armigers, even though my Armigers are defense-based. My Apothecary has like 30,000 HP. My Armigers have like 15,000 HP. But it's that off affinity that the trash waves are focusing and going after, which is what we want. So, now, the biggest concern when we get to this Fire Knight is if we can actually clear his shield first. If we can clear out his shield with some multiple hits, Apothecary has a 3, Miscreated Monster has a 2, the rest basically have 1. If we can cycle through and get the 10 hits that we need on the Fire Knights, then we can potentially do this. All right, took us a minute to get here. Let's see if we can get through this first run setup here. There's 8, down to 7. Look at that, only 500. Down to 5, 3. Oh, didn't work out. Couldn't get 10. I don't know if we're going to pull this off. We'll find out here soon in just a second here, you guys. Okay, 7. 5. Oh, extra turn. Oh, Miscreated Monster. We need another 1 hit. A1. Oh. Doesn't look like it's going to work, especially on auto. We need a couple more hits mixed in there somewhere, possibly. Possibly if we did it on manual, I might be able to pull it off and do it. But we're going to wrap this up, everybody. So, today, Armiger. Armiger is an uncommon champion. He's got some utility. He's got some kits to him. He's got an A1 that will crit. When it crits, it will decrease the turn meter of any target, assuming that the target will let you decrease the turn meter. Remember, Clan Boss and Dragon won't let you do that. Fire Knights will, Spider will, Ice Golem will, other champions will. He's got an A2 that will, it does damage that scales off of his defense and damage that scales off of the enemy max HP. Additionally, if he kills the target, that target cannot be revived. Ice Golems, that's got potential. Those 2 minions with the boss, if that skill procs and they cannot be revived, the Ice Golem can't even revive them. It works. My Queen Eva does it with her A2. It is nice and it helps limit the capability of that boss against you. He's got potential. He's got ways you can work him in there. For the free-to-play account, for the low-spend account, and the brand-new account, he's an uncommon that you will get him and keep him and book him and build him. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's going to be right above me right here. Hit that button. Watch one of these videos on the playlist. It's going to be next to you. Take care, and I will see you on the next video.